Hello friends! So Architectural Digest just featured the pre-war Manhattan apartment of actress Rachel Brosnahan and her husband, actor Jason Ralph, and I like it. I like it a lot. Not only do I think that this is just a well-executed renovation, but I think there are some really good design lessons here. There are ideas that are actually what I would consider fairly attainable, and while a spacious pre-war Manhattan apartment is maybe not that attainable, I do think that there is inspiration to be found in this space that a lot of us could apply to our own homes. So the designer that Rachel worked with on this project was Zoe Feldman, who I wasn't super familiar with, so I took a closer look at some of her projects, and yeah, she's a great designer. She does a really great job of mixing different styles and influences in a way that's not super easy to pigeonhole. And her use of color and pattern also very strong. And I think color and pattern are two design elements that feature really prominently in Rachel and Jason's apartment. So let's take a closer look. We begin in the entryway, and right off the bat we're seeing the use of color. Now the walls themselves, pretty neutral in this space, but you've got the really colorful rug, you've got the green on the chairs, and then of course you have the variety of color that's introduced through the art. And yeah, right away I think there is great inspiration to be found in this space. The rug and the chairs and the sideboard are all vintage, and I think that these are pieces that are actually pretty easy to source. Even if your rug was not vintage, there are lots of colorful rugs like this out on the market. And then the chair, the sideboard, those, I think, something similar to that is going to be pretty easy to find secondhand. I see dressers and sideboards like this on Facebook Marketplace all the time. And then of course we have the gallery wall. We know my love for a gallery wall. This one is really cool and eclectic. Now they apparently know a lot of artists, and these are the works of people that they know personally. And we probably aren't all fortunate enough to know a bunch of artists personally, but I still think that anyone could really achieve a look similar to this if you get creative and, you know, find art from a variety of different sources. Putting together an eclectic gallery wall like this is definitely very achievable. Moving on now to the living room, and I think one of the most daring choices that immediately stands out in this space is the red sectional. And that might seem like a bit of a risky way to go, but I actually think that the color and the style of this sectional are pretty timeless. I think that this piece is still going to look great many years from now. Now, another rather daring choice is pairing that sectional with an equally bold colored rug. You don't necessarily see this kind of pairing all that often, but I think the reason it works is because they have balanced it with that really large piece of red art. So it just helps to carry that color through the space. And then you've also got the floor-to-ceiling drapery, and that helps to draw your eye upward as well. Now the chairs are these antique bergère chairs, which are of course a very traditional style of chair, but then they've upholstered them in this black and ivory stripe. Now Rachel mentions that she really loves stripes, and you'll see that stripes do feature quite prominently throughout the apartment. Now I wonder if that might be some of her aunt's influence, because Rachel is the niece of late fashion designer Kate Spade, and I often associate a bold stripe with that Kate Spade aesthetic. Now the fireplace and the built-ins, I'm going to assume that those are probably original. I think they're lovely, and I really like the way that they've styled the shelves. It just feels very real. I mean, they look nice, they're very balanced, but they don't feel like they've been overly styled with a bunch of props solely for these photos. It feels like these are pieces they actually own, pieces that are sentimental to them, and I just like how authentic and real that is. Very refreshing. And then the burlwood table. Always have to comment on a burlwood table because I love them and I think they're a great addition to pretty much any space. This next space they refer to as the breakfast room. You've got this really bold black and white checkered floor. This is not original to the apartment, but it feels like it could be. I know we're maybe growing a little tired of this look. We're seeing it a lot, but I think it was a really smart way to go in this space because it does feel very authentic for an apartment of this era. I also really like the contrast between that bold graphic floor with that soft blue that they've used for the cabinets and the walls. Great use of pattern in this room with the banquette and the cushions. And the pendant light is apparently original to the apartment. And I think it's great. It adds a lot of character and I'm glad that they chose to keep that. Okay, let's talk about the kitchen now. Very bold green that they've chosen for the cabinets. I really like this. I like a bold green kitchen. I also liked Dakota Johnson's green kitchen. The countertops, they've just gone with a subtle white marble here, which I think is smart. If you're gonna go bold with your cabinets like this, I think having just a simple light neutral countertop is a smart way to go. And I'm not just saying that because I have bold painted cabinets and a white countertop as well. Backsplash tile. They've gone with like this pale pink tile. I think this is a really interesting choice. Very unique tile. I've never seen anything quite like this before. Very pretty. And then they've brought in this vintage runner that also has some of the pale pink in it. I think that's a really smart choice. It just helps to tie in that pink and make everything feel more balanced. And oh, the cookie jar. I wanted to mention on the countertop, they have this dinosaur cookie jar. Rachel talks about it in the video. It's her husband's. He's brought it with him through every apartment he's ever lived in. And I love that. I love pieces that are a bit quirky or weird that really add so much character and personality to your home. Now there's a photo of the kitchen on the Architectural Digest website where the cookie jar is not there anymore. And I'm guessing that they were working with a stylist and the stylist chose to move it for the photo shoot. And I think that's kind of unfortunate. I think they should have just left it. Anyway, kitchen is great. Dog is adorable. I have no issues with anything in this kitchen. So here we have this little teeny tiny guest bathroom. And I think this is such a great example of how small contained spaces like this are the perfect place to really experiment with color and pattern and have fun. And this has been really well executed. And I love that they just have all their trophies just hanging out on the back of the toilet. That just feels really unpretentious to me and shows that they have a great sense of humor. And I like that. Here we have their dining room, which has been color drenched in this really deep, rich red. And I think there's an assumption that when you have a dining room in this color, it's going to feel really formal. And this doesn't feel formal at all, really. And like Rachel says in the video, it just feels lived in and welcoming and relaxed. And I think the reason for that, I think the way they've managed to pull that off is by filling it with pieces that are quite casual. The dining table and chairs, the light fixture, none of them are overly precious. And then you have these bookcases that are lined with what look to be real books that they've probably actually read, rather than just a bunch of props that are there to look pretty. And I think this space also is a great example of, you know, if you have a room that does not get a lot of natural light, it can actually be a really great way to go to just embrace that and go with a deep, rich wall color. And this just ends up feeling really warm and cozy and inviting. So this is Rachel's office, and I Again, more great art in this room. I think this is a great piece. And I think that the wall color that they've gone with in this room is really interesting. She said she wanted to keep it light and bright, and it is. And I think a lot of people probably would have just gone with white or some of their neutral, but she instead has chosen this like soft, muted, pale purple, which I think is really surprising and unexpected, but very pretty. And I love how it looks with the deep burgundy of this sofa. I think that's a really nice color combo. So here we have their primary bedroom, and this is really the only room in the house that I have a criticism of. There are things I like about it. I like the fabric choices, the fabric and upholstery choices, but the red in those fabrics it has quite a cool undertone to it. And then you have this warmer corally pink for the walls and the trim. And I'm just not loving the combination of the warm and the cool reds and pinks. It's just feeling a little bit off to me. But otherwise, there are lots of great things happening. I really like the collection of art. Again, I think this piece especially is great. I love having such a bold contemporary piece in a more classic space. Love that contrast of styles. And then I think this light fixture is gorgeous. I think that's a really beautiful piece, and I love that unexpected pop of green among all the pinks in the room. Yeah, that's very cool. Just want to tweak the color a little bit. Then we have the ensuite, which I think is very pretty. I like what they've done with the marble. They've gone with sort of this pink veining, which I think feels a little more unique than the Carrara marble that we're so used to seeing in bathrooms. The vanity is very nice, this nice rich warm wood, and the fixtures have been done in an unlacquered brass, and I think that is a really nice way to go. They're going to develop a great patina as they age. Okay, so now we have the guest bedroom and bathroom, and I think that these spaces are just more great examples of the use of color and pattern. I think they've been very well executed. Now, she mentions that in the bedroom that the desk and the area rug she actually stole from the set of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and they work really well in here, and I love that she found a way to incorporate them. She then points out the tile that they've used on the floor of the bathroom, and I think this was a really smart choice. A penny round tile like this feels very appropriate for the era of the home, but choosing this sort of soft, pretty green color just makes it feel a little more fresh and current. So I really like that they chose to go that way. Again, I just have nothing negative to say about this space. All right, so we've basically covered everything in this apartment tour. So just to sort of summarize what it is that I think is so great about this home. As I've mentioned, it's the use of color and pattern, it's the great collection of art, and I think overall there is just a vibe to this home that feels really warm and relaxed and inviting, and you just get the sense that this is a real home that real people live in. It doesn't just feel like it's been perfectly staged for a magazine spread. And as I mentioned in the beginning, I do think that there are some really great design lessons that can be learned from this home. So first up, the way that they have used color, especially wall color. I think it's really interesting how many different wall colors they have used in the different rooms in this apartment. You might think that that could end up feeling disjointed, but it doesn't. And the reason I think they've made it work is that while you have a real mix, you have some spaces that are light and bright, you have some that are dark and dramatic, there is a balance of each. So there's not just one bright room and one dark room. There are several of each, and then there are some that are somewhere in the middle, and I think it just feels really balanced. And there's also a real cohesion about the colors that they've used. So you've got the greens, the blues, the reds that have been used in different ways and different quantities in different spaces, but they all carry throughout the apartment so that it creates this real sense of cohesiveness. And then pattern. You know, there are so many little details to really pay attention to for the way that they have mixed and combined a variety of patterns. There's all the great stripes, there's all of the patterned area rugs, some really great upholstery fabrics. So I think this is a tour you can really just keep going back to and just picking up different things in, you know, these little details of the way that they have used pattern. And then the art collection. You know, we're maybe not all going to be capable of having the kind of impressive art collection that they have, but I do think that this is just a really great example of how you can have a really vast, varied, eclectic collection of art and display it in your home in a really impactful way. So yeah, I just thought this was a great tour. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did as well. Thank you so much for being here. I hope we see you again at the next one, and bye for now.